show we have ever held with nearly twice as many dogs benched as last year. Refreshments are being served at the marquee at the west end of the ground. Griffons ready in ring number 2. Next event, number 729. Tallies bred by exhibitors. Have your dogs ready. Quiet, please, during the judging. Attention, please. Judging in ring 1. Event number 728. Scottish Terriers, American bred dogs. Great Danes in ring number 2. Great Scots in ring number 1. This is number 292, Captain McTavish, shown by the owner, the well-known fancier, Mr. Philo Vance, whose kennel comprises some of the finest campaigners in America.
That's fine, I'll smile, please. Cup to your right. That's great.
Sorry, boys, but these are not trophies.
Hold it. Hold it right there. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And if we go now? I can stand one dog, but this bedlam is getting on my nerves.
Don't be impatient, darling. We'll have plenty of time for dinner.
Hold it,
2.5. So. Event number 728. The blue ribbon won by Gillespie of Heatherstone. Dundee Deviler is runner-up, and Midlothian gentleman receives the special. Better luck next time, Mr. Vance.
Don't be downhearted, Captain. You're still champion with me. Maybe we'll have better luck in Italy, huh?
Tough luck, Vance. I was hoping to have the pleasure of beating you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Coe. Perhaps you'll get stiffer competition from Sir Thomas MacDonald.
Perhaps.
Want to borrow Misty Morn for a second?
But, Miss Knight, you know Mr. Hart, you don't want Eamon to bully his dog.
Come along and protect him if you like.
That's enough, Sir Thomas. I wouldn't take off another whisk.
I think you're right, Sandy.
Get ready. Hold it. Thanks. There you are, Gilly, laddie.
Hello, Hilda.
Hello, Tom.
Well, what's the idea?
Thought we'd do a little private judging.
I don't imagine your uncle would particularly approve of this.
I'm sure he wouldn't. Hold him a minute, Sandy. Let's take a good look at him.
All right.
Show him how to see.
Whip your tail.
Well, what do you think?
I think it's a pretty close thing. But I'm not worried. Eh, Sandy?
I think you're better safe, sir.
Here we are, sir.
What the devil do you think you're doing, Hilda?
Well,
How do you do?
How do you do, sir?
I just wanted to prove that you're going to lose money to Tom when these two get into the ring tomorrow.
And have you proved it to your satisfaction?
So much so that I want you to loan me $1,000 to place on Gilly.
Hilda.
That's cheek for you. Wants to bet against me with $1,000 of my own money.
I wasn't asking you for your money. I merely want you to loan me some of mine.
As long as I control the purse strings, you're not going to do any betting against me. You'll be grateful that I've saved a few thousands of your fortune someday. But don't raise your hopes too high, Hilda. Bring that dog out here.
I shouldn't let him worry you, my dear.
You knew how I hate him, Tom. Things he's done to me. I despise him.
Darling.
Now, let's see. Where did I put that? Ah, there it is. Unsolved murders. You know, I almost forgot it. I wouldn't have been able to sleep a wink tonight, wondering who murdered who and why. How any intelligent man can read that drivel is beyond me, Brisbane. What time does that Chicago train go? 5 o'clock. Well, it's 4:15. Oh, you've got plenty of time. Yes, I know, but I want to get out of here before Archie gets home.
Good afternoon, sir. Afternoon. Is my brother at home?
Yes, sir. He's upstairs. Sir.
Tell him I want to see him.
Yes, sir. Your taxi's waiting, sir.
All right, there's the bag. Did you get those reservations?
Yes, sir. And Mr. Archer told me to tell you he wants to see you, sir.
Oh, he did, eh? You tell him I don't want to see him. Tell him I said so.
In those words, sir?
Exactly. Unless you can think of something stronger.
Yes, sir.
Of course, it's none of my business, Brisbane. But I wouldn't talk that way in front of Gamble. I don't trust him.
I just couldn't resist it. I'd like to see the look on Archer's face when he tells him.
I wouldn't.
How the deuce can you stand it here? Why, there wouldn't be enough money in the world to compensate me for being Archer Coe's secretary.
Oh, he's not as bad as all that. Say, you better be getting along.
There's such a thing as carrying loyalty too far. Don't forget, I overheard a few of his choice remarks to you when you dared suggest that you were in love with Hilda and wanted to marry her.
I'm afraid you're taking Archer a little too seriously, old man.
Did you deliver my message?
I thought it best to wait till you were safely away, sir.
Do you mind dropping me off? I have an engagement with Hilda for dinner.
Come ahead, come ahead.
All aboard! Albany Express, Stanford, Bridgeport, New London, New Haven, Westerly, Providence, Boston. Here is Sir Thomas MacDonald new.
What's the matter, Sandy?
Something terrible's happened, sir. Gilly's gone.
What?
And I cannot find him. They've taken him off the bench, sir.
Well, he couldn't have got loose. He didn't break that lock himself either.
I haven't been away from that dog for 10 minutes all day, sir. I just went into the restaurant to get a wee sandwich, and when I come back, he was gone.
Sir Thomas?
Yes?
I think we found him, sir.
Where?
Out in the alley, sir.
This way, sir.
Gilly. He's dead. Oh.
I'll kill the man who did this.
Listen, Tom, you mustn't do anything until you're sure, please.
I've got my own ideas.
Oh, I know Uncle Archer's mean and cruel, but I can't believe he'd do a thing like this.
Hello? I'm sorry, but Mr. Archer Coe isn't here. Your dog dead? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'll try to locate him at once.
Go away from me, you. Get out of here. Get out.
I suspected it when I saw you together this afternoon. You're nothing but a two-timing...
Get out of my apartment. Get out.
From now on, it is your apartment. All yours. I'm getting out for good.
Ah, Mr. Coe. My dear friend,
Yes, I see you are.
Pardon?
Yes.
Oh, I am, how do you say it, tanto allegro. I came to see you. I have received a cable from Milan authorizing me to complete the deal for your Chinese collection and confirming the price of $117,000.
Means decorations and all that sort of thing from a very grateful government, I suppose.
Oh, un momento.
But it's no good now, of course. I've changed my mind.
Oh, but you have promised me. You can't go back on your word. What would I tell my people? What would I say?
Pity you didn't think of this before. You might have been a little more discreet, eh, Grassy?
But you have signed a contract with me.
Too bad for you. It's still at my home, in my safe.
Oh, but you will.
Most certainly destroy it. Tonight. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you Miss Delafield for nothing. Hey, Liang. At it again, eh? I was led to believe that a cook's place is in the kitchen. The next time I shall...
I have been expecting my dismissal, Mr. Coe. We have served our purpose, these priceless treasures and I. I overheard Mr. Reed saying you were preparing to sell this whole collection.
You've been listening at the keyhole, have you?
You cannot sell them, Mr. Coe. Do you think I would have dishonored my ancestors, perjured my soul, cheated my own countrymen to acquire these for you? Had I not believed that you would reverence them as I do?
That's the worst of your race, a pack of mawkish sentimentalists about your ancestors. I don't need you tonight. Go on, get out.
I would suggest you consider most carefully before you sell.
Coe. Mr. Coe. Breakfast, Mr. Coe. Breakfast. Mr. Reed! Mr. Reed! Mr. Reed!
What is it, Gamble?
Mr. Coe, Mr. Archer Coe has killed himself.
Killed himself? When? How?
He's sitting in there like, and the door's bolted.
You're positive?
Yes, sir. In his bedroom.
Phone the police.
Yes, sir. Hello? Give me police headquarters, quick.
Homicide, Sergeant Miller speaking. Now, wait a minute, I don't get you. Take it easy.
All right, then I get worse.
Suicide.
Suicide?
Wait a minute, you're not going to run out on this hand.
Yep. Who? Archer Coe, 98 East 71st Street. Okay, I got you.
Is that it, Sergeant?
Yeah.
Well, goodbye, Ernest.
Sergeant, he's to you, Cub. Kick in with that 6 bits.
Oh, relax, will you?
Okay. This is your case, Sergeant. You better get the boys out.
98 71st Street?
That's right.
All right, come on, Snick.
Tell Dr. Amos to hurry right out to 98 East 71st Street.
Did you say east, Sergeant?
East, yes.
I got it.
Daily Mail? Give me a city desk.
Calling car 18, car 18.
Oh, times? Charlie Adler.
98 East 71st Street.
Last night, Archer Coe committed suicide.
Proceed immediately and call your station for instructions.
Fire and warmer with light to moderate winds for New York vicinity today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And now for the latest news flashes. Archer Coe, the well-known sportsman and collector, committed suicide last night at his home, 98 East 71st Street. His body was discovered by the butler at 8 this morning when he took up a breakfast tray. No reason has been advanced for this action, as Mr. Coe was in excellent health and had no financial trouble. No news has been received from the crew of the accident.
Is the land phone still connected?
Yes, sir.
But it will be disconnected in about 2 minutes, sir.
I see.
Hello?
Hello, Markham.
Hello, Vance. I thought you were on your way to Italy.
I am. Well, I say, Markham, I just heard about Archer Coe.
Yes, too bad he had to bump himself off like that.
That's why I called you. Are you sure that he did bump himself off?
Well, his butler tells us he's sitting in a locked room with a revolver in his hand and a bullet in his head. I don't know what else you'd call it.
I don't want to butt into your affairs, but aren't you a bit hasty in jumping to that conclusion?
Hasty? Why?
Well, if you knew Archer Coe, you would know that suicide is almost a psychological impossibility for him.
Psychological bosh. 2 and 2 make 4, don't they?
But how do you know you have 2 and 2? Just let me point out to you.
Oh, point out the Statue of Liberty. Say, Vance.
Hello? Hello? The land phone has been disconnected, sir.
Oh. Will you have my luggage brought up?
Yes, sir. Steward.
Just have them send it ashore. I've decided not to sail.
Sir?
Vance, you've been right about a lot of cases in the past, but I can't help smiling at you getting off that boat and giving up a swell trip all because of a hunch.
As a matter of fact, Markham, more than a hunch.
Huh?
It just so happens that I talked with Archer Coe only yesterday.
What?
Where? The Long Island Kennel Club. You know, I can't conceive of a man on the verge of suicide being very deeply concerned over winning a championship at a dog show, can you?
No. What do you mean?
Simply this. As late as yesterday afternoon, Archer Coe was looking forward with the keenest anticipation to winning a blue ribbon from Sir Thomas MacDonald today.
Sir Thomas MacDonald. Say, wasn't it his dog that was found dead last night?
Right.
And Archer Coe found dead this morning. You suppose there might be some connection there?
I don't know. But if someone were to try to kill Captain McTavish, I'd probably turn murderer myself, wouldn't I, Captain?
Hello, Mr. Markham. I got your message to hold everything up. What's the idea? Hello, Mr. Vance.
Good morning, Sergeant.
Well, it's been a long time.
Several years.
I might have known it would be you, the world's champion troubleshooter.
Come on, boys.
Come inside. Well, Chief, this is another just open and shut case. Mr. Reed, the secretary. This is Gamble, the butler.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Markham, the district attorney.
How do you do, sir?
And, Mr. Vance.
How do you do? How do you do?
Everything just as it was?
Well, they said they haven't touched anything.
We thought it best to leave everything intact, sir.
Good. Where's the room?
Upstairs.
This way, please.
You've been in Mr. Coe's service long?
About 3 months, sir.
And before that?
Why, unfortunately, I was unemployed, sir. This is it, sir.
Yep, he's there, all right.
Just like I told the police on the phone. I tried the door, found it locked, looked through the keyhole, and there he was, dead.
I think this is a job for you, Sergeant.
Certainly, Mr. Vance. Well, Hennessy, what are you standing there for? Your health? This takes beef.
All right.
Congratulations, Sergeant.
What is this, a bedroom or a museum? More junk here than in a Chinese josh house.
I trust I did the right thing, sir, by not breaking down the door. I realized I could be of no help to him.
Oh, he's been quite dead for hours. Bumped himself off, that's plain enough.
Certainly looks that way, Vance. I'm afraid your trip was spoiled for nothing.
I think not, Markham. This may prove far more interesting than a trip to Europe.
You carry a gun?
No, sir.
You?
Yes, sir, but only at night for the protection of the household.
Is that it?
Why, I...
Come on.
No, that was Mr. Archer's. But he always kept it in a desk drawer downstairs. I saw it yesterday morning as I was putting away some papers.
Oh, you did, eh?
Did Mr. Coe generally keep his windows locked?
Why, no, sir.
As a matter of fact, he was a great believer in fresh air.
Ah, indeed. I wonder if these gentlemen would mind waiting downstairs.
Well, certainly not.
I'm sorry we had to damage your door.
That's quite all right. It's easily repaired.
I'll have it attended to at once, sir.
Hennessy, see that no one leaves the house without my permission.
All right. It's as plain as a nose on your face. This guy locked himself in here and blew out his brains.
I wish I could agree with you, Sergeant.
How the devil could it be anything but suicide?
It was all very well for you to theorize before we got here, Vance. But now that you've seen this, and there are no signs of a struggle...
And the door bolted on the inside, and no means of entrance to the room...
Ah, no other means of entrance. All right, you are, Sergeant. But we can hardly call a second-story window a means of entrance. And nothing here that even a human fly could crawl up. So why should Archer Coe lock his windows? Particularly if he was a fresh air enthusiast.
I'm afraid your reasoning is not altogether convincing.
Well, perhaps so, but doesn't it strike you as rather odd that a man should suddenly decide to commit suicide while changing from his street clothes to pajamas?
Well, why not? A man debating suicide might get partially undressed and walk up and down for hours trying to make up his mind.
Yes, he might walk up and down for hours, but not with one shoe half off. No, Markham. Something stopped him as he was removing that shoe. This was supposed to suggest suicide, but someone miscalculated.
But you can't get away from that bolted door.
I wish I could.
The way you figure it out, the man was murdered. As soon as the killer is gone, he gets up, goes and bolts the door, plants himself in a comfortable chair with a loaded gun in his hand to suggest suicide. That's a swell theory.
Hello, Gamble. What is this? What's happened?
Something terrible has happened, Miss Lake.
Hilda.
What is it, Raymond? What is it?
It's your Uncle Archer, Hilda. He killed himself last night.
Where?
They're upstairs.
Hey, don't touch that body, miss.
Oh, Mr. Vance.
How do you do, Miss Lake? This is Mr. Markham, the district attorney. How do you do? Miss Lake is Coe's niece.
I'm sorry, Miss Lake, but you mustn't touch anything until the medical examiner arrives. It's against regulation.
Is it also against regulations to tell me what's happened?
We arrived only a few moments ago. We found your uncle as you see him.
It has every appearance of suicide.
I doubt it.
Do you know of anyone who would have reason to kill your uncle?
Yes, I had for one.
Why, Miss Lake?
Because he stood in the way of everything I wanted. He made my life miserable because he held the purse strings. And because he was jealous of every man who came near me. I was afraid of him. Oh, the horrible nights I've spent in this house.
Are we to accept your comments as a confession of murder, Miss Lake?
Look here, Markham, that's ridiculous.
Please, Raymond. I think I can handle this situation myself.
When we found your uncle, Miss Lake, the door was bolted from the inside.
Bolted inside? Oh. Maybe he did shoot himself.
Can't you make up your mind?
Do you know of anyone else who felt as you do about your uncle?
Practically everyone he came in contact with. He was ruthless. He wanted his own way in everything. I imagine there are plenty of Chinese who will be glad to know that his collecting days are over. Ask our cook.
I shall. Can you think of anyone else?
Well, Uncle Brisbane shared my feelings toward him, I'm sure.
Where is this Brisbane guy? Maybe he decided to do something about it.
That's impossible. He's on his way to Chicago. He left on the 5 o'clock train yesterday afternoon. He'd be just about getting there by now.
Well, you'd probably like to wire him, wouldn't you?
Why, yes, of course. Is that all?
For the present, yes. Suppose we check up on Uncle Brisbane on that Chicago train.
Won't take me but a minute.
Hello?
Come on, Snipkin. Get your feet off the boss's desk and jump down to Grand Central.
All right, I get you.
Yes, Mr. Heath. Langham Hotel, Chicago? Yes, sir. I'll rush the call. Hold the while, please.
Oh, yes, Mr. Heath. We're expecting Mr. Brisbane Coe this morning. Oh, yes, he wired for a reservation last night.
Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah. He took the 5 o'clock train, all right.
Good.
You know, there's a few things I'd like to find out about this girl, Hilda Lake.
Why are you always trying to check up on me?
I'm not trying to check up on you, Hilda. I want to help you. Well, you know how I feel about you. You know that I love you. But lately you seem to have changed. Every time I want to speak to you about marriage, you evade me. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing, nothing. Raymond, I never said I'd marry you.
But I thought that now that I could take you away from here.
You might as well know now as later. When all of this is cleared up, I'm going to marry Thomas MacDonald.
Oh.
Oh, try to understand, Raymond. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't tell me.
Come on, don't try to kid us.
Why,
Oh, suicide, my eye, with the DA himself and Vance on the job?
It's suicide, and that's that.
Oh, come on, have a cigar.
It's still suicide. Hey, wait a minute. Are you a reporter?
No, I'm Sir Thomas MacDonald. I'd like to talk to the officer in charge here.
Oh, come on inside.
Tom! Why didn't you stay away from here?
And leave you to face this thing alone?
But you promised me last night you wouldn't come here. Won't you go, please? I can bluff it through. I don't want the police asking you questions.
I know all the answers.
Oh, but please go for my sake.
Well, let's forget about it, shall we? It's too late now in any case. The police are guarding every entrance.
Wait a moment. You can cross through that yard and get to your apartment. No one will see you. Take the first boat to England and I'll join you as soon as I can.
Watch out for those newspaper men, Sir Thomas. They're even deadlier than the police.
I had no intention of leaving.
Ah, good. Oh, by the way, I was sorry to hear about the death of your dog last night.
Oh, thanks.
You didn't by any chance discuss it with Archer Coe, did you?
No. If I had, I might have killed him.
Well, did you?
That's your problem.
Right in here.
I want to see.
You mean you, Doctor?
How about a statement? Give me a chance. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a doctor, not a magician. Almost pulling funny.
Go on now, scram.
All right,
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Trying to get in here.
Hello, Doc. Hello, Kelsey. Where have you been? Haven't seen you for a long time. Working hard.
What kept you so long? Did you walk all the way?
You always pick on me at mealtime. I was in the middle of cakes and sausage. What have you got?
Just plain suicide. This guy locked himself in the room, bumped himself off.
Suicide? Then why didn't you let me finish my breakfast?
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Markham. All you need is an order to remove the body. If you told me that over the phone, I could have sent my assistant.
Mr. Markham told me to phone you personally. Don't crab at me about it.
I'll give you the approximate hour of the death, if you want it.
That's big-hearted of you, Doc.
And the routine autopsy, we can do tomorrow, as it's just a case of suicide.
Why do you jump to that conclusion, Doctor?
I know a dead man when I see one. Besides, the door was bolted.
I know, the door was bolted from the inside. But what about the body? Hadn't you better have a look at it?
I was going to. I'm a doctor, not a detective. This man is dead with a bullet hole in his right temple. He's holding a gun in his right hand. Just the kind of wound that might have been self-inflicted. The position is natural, and the door was locked on the inside. Well, let me see. That's strange.
Did you find something to disturb you, Doctor?
Plenty. There's blood in his mouth. And he's got a skull fracture from some club-like instrument.
Now, what about the bullet wound in his temple? There's no blood there.
That's so. Gentlemen, when that bullet entered this man's head, he had been dead for hours.
Can you place the time of his death?
I'd say from 8 to 12 hours ago.
Would you say that the revolver was placed in his hand before rigor mortis set in?
Yes.
Did he die from the effects of the blow on the head?
No. Probably rendered him unconscious for a while, but that wouldn't have killed him. Not powerful enough.
The blow didn't kill him, the bullet didn't kill him, and yet he's dead. Suppose we try to find out just what did kill him.
Glad you thought of that, Mr. Vance. It's not a bad idea.
Perhaps I'd better take another look.
All right, boy. Let's pick up these clues before they get mussed up here.
Say, just a minute, Doc, please. Ready?
Give me a hand, Sergeant. Help me lift the body over to the bed.
Where do you want to put it?
All right, boys. The rigor mortis. Let's get this body over on the bed.
Around the handles, around the line. Get that neat and fine. All right, Chief. Get a hold. Hey, here they come, boys. That's it.
All right.
Lift them easy.
Easy. There he is. Now then,
All right,
just a little more that way.
All right,
That's
there for you, Doc.
That's it. There couldn't have been much of a struggle. His hair isn't even mussed.
Maybe somebody slugged him and then combed his hair.
By George! Now I've got it. Stabbed below the left shoulder blade, near the spine. There's no external bleeding.
Internal hemorrhage, huh?
That's it.
What do you think of the suicide theory now, Sergeant?
Well, it's slightly complicated for him to shot, slugged, and stabbed himself, particularly in the back.
Yes, very complicated. Oh, Markham.
Yes.
You see, there's no hole in the back of his pajama jacket. So he couldn't have been wearing that when he was stabbed. To get this. There's a hole in the back of his coat. And another in his waistcoat, blood-stained. He must have been fully dressed when he was attacked.
That lets me out. I finished. I suppose you'll want a quick autopsy.
Yes.
Get that body down to the morgue as soon as possible. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
Hey, Doc.
Yes?
Do you think there's any possible chance of that being suicide?
What?
All right. Just a fair question, big boy. Go on home and get your hotcakes and sausage. You need the strength. Hennessy.
Yeah.
Hurry up with that dead weight.
Right.
Any report on that wire?
Not yet, Sarge.
Send a wire to this guy Markham, 98 East 71st Street, New York City, and tell him,
Brisbane Coe not aboard this train. Wallace, conductor, train number 7. Sit down. What time did Brisbane Coe leave for Chicago?
In time to catch the 5 o'clock train, sir.
How do you know he caught the 5 o'clock train?
I phoned for the reservation, brought him his walking stick and overcoat, and put his bag in the taxi.
Ah. Did you remain in the house all evening?
Why, no, sir. I went out about 6:30. It was a servant's night off. Everyone was out to dinner.
Did you notice anything unusual in Mr. Brisbane's manner when he left?
Oh, now that you mention it, he was distracted and very irritable.
You say you gave him his stick?
Yes, sir.
What kind of stick?
His favorite, an ivory-handled one. He never went anywhere without it, sir.
You're quite sure he took that particular stick with him?
Positive. I handed it to him myself, sir.
Did you see him when he returned here last evening?
Returned?
Yes.
I didn't know he had returned, sir.
Then whose ivory-headed stick is that hanging over that chair in the hall?
I don't know, sir. I swear I don't know.
Down. Steady, Gamble, steady.
Is this it? Is it?
Yes, sir. I can't understand it.
I suppose you saw nothing of his bag?
Why, no, sir.
Well, if he brought his cane back here, what did he do with his bag?
Ah, very good, Sergeant. That's just the point. He undoubtedly left it somewhere.
But where?
I should think the most logical place would be the check room at the Grand Central Station.
What kind of a bag was it?
Just an ordinary pigskin bag, sir, with his initials BC on it.
Is that it? Yeah, that looks like it. There's your police department receipt. What time was this check? 4:45. Thanks, pal.
Okay.
Well, here it is.
Put it here.
Did you examine the contents?
No, I brought it right up here.
I'll open it. Did you find out what time this was checked?
Yeah. There you are.
4:45.
He must have gone direct from the house to the station.
Did the attendant remember who left this?
No, he said there were so many of them that most of the time he didn't even notice the people.
Well, there's shaving kit, shirts, underwear, socks, collars, slippers. Nothing in there that a man wouldn't ordinarily take with him on a short trip.
Except this, perhaps.
Unsolved Murders. That's a swell book to take to Chicago.
That's rather odd, isn't it?
Yes, more than that. Gentlemen, the mist is beginning to rise. I think I know at least a part of what happened here last night. How about this? Let's say that Brisbane Coe started for Chicago on a night when he knew that no one but Archer would be at home. He missed his train purposely, checked his bag at the station, and returned here to kill his brother. To make a perfect alibi, he planned to take a later train to Chicago. But something stopped him. And something stopped Archer Coe before he could remove his shoes last night. You see what I mean? Those shoes of Archer's, that bag of Brisbane's, his stick hanging there in the hall, it shouldn't have been there. Say, just a minute. Oh, Gamble. Where did Mr. Brisbane usually put his hat and overcoat when he came in?
He always hung them in the closet, sir.
Which closet?
This one. Oh! Mr. Brisbane.
Well, Mr. Vance, where are we now?
I should say somewhere in the middle of the Gobi Desert.
Hello. What? Again? I'm right in the middle of my lunch. First you interfere with my breakfast, then you ruin my lunch. Don't you boys ever eat?
No, I'm on a diet.
Oh, all right. Hello. All right, I'll attend to that later. Get me the wagon and the fingerprint gang.
Just a minute, fellas. One side, please.
Just one, please.
Ready? That's all.
All right, go ahead. Here. He's been dead for hours.
And me thinking all the time he was playing possum.
Well, there are too many people in the world anyway.
Mr. Vance, this is just ordinary junk.
I'm afraid so. And I'd rather hope for something important.
Which one of the two victims died first, Arthur?
Archer Coe, I think. This one a little later.
And the weapon?
The same, sharp and narrow.
Second. Tag and list these.
I think I better fingerprint everything inside and outside here.
Right, Captain.
Hennessy.
Yes.
Look for a sharp, narrow weapon.
Right.
Found something?
Why, it looks like fishing tackle.
It's tackle, all right, but not fishing. Markham, we're dealing with a shrewd brain. The technique of this crime was very cleverly worked out. But something went wrong.
Sergeant, here's your order for the removal of the body.
Thanks, Doc.
So long. I want food.
Well, nobody's stopping you.
And if you've got any more corpses, bring them out now, will you? I can't be running up and down here all day.
What do you mean running up and down all day with that swell car the city gave you?
Oh.
Nothing upsets the doctor.
Hi, Captain. Going in to take charge? Well, if you hurry up and solve this case, maybe I can go home. Come on.
I can handle everything if I don't get too much interference.
Oh, Markham.
Yeah?
You're just in time for a demonstration. I think I can show you how Brisbane Coe used this fishing tackle. He started for Chicago and merely to provide an alibi. He had other plans in this room. Watch this. Notice the bent pin which is hooked on the bolt handle? This is attached to the string I am now pulling through the keyhole. If you follow the string, you will see that it passes around a pin in the wall. This acts as a pulley, and is also attached to a string passing through the keyhole. You see, the bolt is now being forced into its socket.
Upon my word.
I now pull the first string through the keyhole, and then the second string. And with it comes the pin, leaving no evidence. Now let me in. It worked?
Yes, it worked.
Well, that explains that then. Very clever.
It could have been done that way, but if Brisbane killed Archer Coe, who killed Brisbane and hung him in the closet?
Why did he do it? That's what we want to find out, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, two persons planned the murder of Archer Coe.
Two?
What?
But their paths crossed. Brisbane was one of them.
The other?
I've got it. The Chinese cook. They're full of those tricks.
Forget this. Dr. DeRamus said that Coe was struck over the head with a blunt instrument. This poker would answer that description, wouldn't it?
Yes. And that certainly looks like dried blood.
It certainly does. But what about those short, coarse hairs?
They don't look like Coe's.
No.
Well, Mr. Vance, why didn't you find that when you looked in there this morning?
It wasn't in there this morning. Besides, it doesn't belong in this room. It belongs downstairs in the library.
That you, Captain? What's the matter with you?
What is it, Captain? What is it, Captain?
You're all down here? Oh, good boy, Captain.
This dog's been struck a nasty blow.
That explains the coarse hairs on the poker. Whose dog is this?
I don't know. I mean, I've often seen it in the vacant lot, sir.
Just tell the truth, Campbell.
Yes. Why don't you?
It belongs to the lady next door, sir.
Hennessy, get that fellow to a vet's as fast as you can, will you?
Yes, sir.
Easy, 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 boy. Easy.
Now, Gamble, let's have the name of the lady next door.
Doris Delafield.
Yes, I'm Miss Delafield. Won't you sit down, gentlemen?
Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't win you a trophy at the dog show. You're quite a fancier, aren't you?
Yes, somewhat.
I'm interested in one of your dogs, the Doberman.
You mean Figaro?
I wonder if I could have a look at him.
I'm terribly sorry. You know, he slipped his leash last night and ran away. I've notified the police. My maid's been scouring the neighborhood trying to find him.
Well, did she inquire at Mr. Coe's house next door?
Well, I don't know.
You and Mr. Coe have been good friends, haven't you?
I know him. Why?
Your dog was found in his house this morning, badly wounded.
What?
Have you any idea how he got there?
No.
Do you suppose he would follow someone into the house?
Well, I hardly think... Now, what are you driving at?
Mr. Archer Coe and his brother were murdered last night.
Murdered? I was afraid that...
Just a moment.
Hello. Is that Miss Doris Delafield's apartment? Would you please tell Miss Delafield that we couldn't get the reservations for her and Mr. Grassy on A deck, and ask her if B deck would be satisfactory?
Miss Delafield will not be sailing. You can cancel a reservation for them both.
Both? Do you mind telling me whom the other reservation was for?
I refuse to answer that question.
Would it be Mr. Grossi?
But I am Mr. Grossi. And if I didn't cancel those reservations, who did? What? Miss Delafield? Oh, no, she didn't. No, really, there's been a mistake. As soon as I can find out about this, I'll call you back.
I don't think you'll find Miss Delafield at home just now. And as for the cancellation of your steamship reservations, we regret very much that it was necessary.
Who are you?
This is Mr. Markham, the district attorney.
Oh, I'm honored, but I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
It's about this.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Coe didn't commit suicide. He was murdered.
Murdered? Would you mind coming along with us? Just a little matter of comparing fingerprints.
No, not in the least.
I think that's all.
Found anything yet?
The one taken from the doorknob is too blurred for identification, but this one is very clear. It appears to be that of Liang, the Chinese cook.
Any luck? No, not yet. Well, it must be here somewhere. I'm positive that the dagger that killed the Coes belongs in that sheath. Tired, Markham? No. Well. That's strange. What is it? The King Yar vase is missing. It's the most valuable in the whole collection. That's all that's left of it. If I'm not mistaken, that's blood. Blood? Markham, I'm coming more and more to the belief that Archer Coe was killed in this room. That poker, this dagger sheath, now these fragments, all here.
But, Vance, do you mean to tell me that the dead man walked upstairs?
I'm not trying to tell you anything but the facts. It's the most remarkable case in my experience.
Find anything, Cap?
Yes, sir. Plenty. Oh, Mr. Reed.
Oh, yes, Mr. Vance.
Would you step in for a moment, please?
Certainly.
Smoke?
No, thanks.
Did you notice that the Ting Yao was missing?
Missing? Why, it was here yesterday evening.
At what time?
At about 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I came back to talk to Mr. Coe.
About what?
Well, as a matter of fact, I wanted to quit my job as his secretary.
Oh, you'd been having some difficulties with him?
It was rather a personal matter. I wanted his permission to marry Miss Lake.
What did he say to that?
He ordered me out.
You went?
Yes.
Where?
I went to find Miss Lake. I thought she was at the Kennel Club. But I had a puncture on the way, so it was rather late when I got there. She'd already left with Sir Thomas MacDonald. Then I came home and went directly to bed.
Did you hear anything or see anything when you came into the house?
No. But after I'd been in bed for a while, I heard some noises downstairs. I opened the door and looked down, but it was only Liang, the Chinese cook, coming in.
Was he customarily noisy in entering the house?
Oh, as a matter of fact, it's the first time I ever heard him come in.
Indeed. Well, I think that's all, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
Thank you. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Quite right. Good night.
Good night.
I think I'd check up on that Kennel Club alibi.
I will.
You might have those fragments checked for fingerprints, if you will.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'll do a little exploring in the kitchen.
Why, Mr. Vance, I thought... Get Markham.
Mr. Liang, I believe. You're the cook.
Me cook.
You can drop the pidgin English. That isn't necessary with me. Where did you go to school?
Columbia University.
Ah, that's considerable education for a cook, isn't it?
Mr. Coe employed me because I know a great deal about Chinese porcelain.
Ah, I see. Ah, that's a very lovely piece of Ting Yao, isn't it? How did it get broken?
I don't know, sir. I found the pieces in the wastebasket in the library.
You want me, Vance? Oh, yes. See that, Markham? More blood spots on the inside. Apparently, the murderer dropped the dagger in here to hide it, but he dropped it too hard and the vase broke. When did you find these pieces?
This morning.
This morning? You're sure it wasn't last night, about 8 o'clock, let us say?
No, sir. I did not get in until after midnight. I'm sure Mr. Reed or Mr. Gamble will tell you that.
What time did you find the poker?
The poker?
Yes, the poker. The one you hid in the Chinese chest in Mr. Archer's room this afternoon.
But I don't know what you mean.
Oh, yes, you do. I was behind the door in that room when you hid it.
Let me handle this, Mr. Vance. Are you going to talk? Or do I have to make you?
Wait. I'll tell you the truth.
Well, spit it out.
When I returned to my room here about 8 o'clock last night...
Ah, I thought so.
I heard angry, muffled voices in the library. Then a dull sound as of someone falling. I stood at my door here and listened. Then I heard footsteps cross the kitchen and go out the back door. And then I walked up the corridor, and everything was very quiet. I opened the library door and looked in. The furniture was overturned. The poker was there. The desk was disarranged, and the valuable Tengu vase was broken. I thought there must be something wrong, so I went upstairs and looked into Mr. Coe's bedroom. He was dead. Fearing that I might be suspected, I went back to the library and picked up the broken pieces of the vase, and together with the poker, I took them to my room.
And knowing that you were alone in the house, you were afraid you might be suspected. So you hid the weapons and left.
Yes, sir.
You returned to the house about midnight and purposely made a lot of noise so as to establish your alibi. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Where'd you put the dagger?
I did not find the dagger.
Don't give me that. What did you do with it after you stuck it in Archer Coe's back?
I've got it, Mr. Markham.
Yes?
What? Fingerprint on this broken fragment belongs to the Italian, Eduardo Grassi.
Well, Mr. Vance, looks like somebody else miscalculated.
Yep, it fits. Oh, that doesn't prove anything.
What about this?
Where did you get it?
It was in Archer Coe's pocket.
What were you doing outside the drawing room window last night?
Why, I wanted to be sure that he was alone.
Why?
For weeks we had been negotiating for the sale of his collection to the museum at Milan. It meant everything to me. He kept raising the price, but on Monday we came to an understanding. And I cabled the museum that I had succeeded. And last night he turned me down because he saw me with Miss Delafield.
Let me explain. Archer was extremely jealous of me.
Well, you can't blame him for that.
You went there to threaten him, didn't you?
Which I had every right to do. I told him I would use any means to make him fulfill his contract. He laughed at me, said that he would smash every piece in his collection before he'd let me have it.
So you picked up the poker and did a little smashing on your own account, eh?
I did not.
Let me have the fragment, will you? Thank you. You know how that was broken?
Tignan vase?
With blood stains on the inside and your fingerprint on the outside.
I don't know.
Sergeant, I think you better book him.
Right.
Thank you.
Come on. Let's get out of that monkey suit. Let's get going. Come on.
Don't worry, I'm not running away.
You telling me? I suspected the Italian all along.
Exactly. But why should Grassi also stab Brisbane? And what about the Doberman? You see, Markham, we have nearly all the pieces of the puzzle, but none of them seems to fit.
Here we are.
This isn't it. This is the basement.
I know. Come on. I just want to see where this goes.
Good evening, sir.
Gamble? By the way, how long have you been using that name?
All my life, sir.
Dubois checked Gamble's fingerprints at the Identification Bureau, and who do you think he turns out to be?
Not Gamble?
No. Atlantic Eddie. He used to work the boats on both sides of the ocean.
Honestly, Mr. Vance, I haven't turned a trick in 5 years.
Oh, that's all right, Eddie. I just wanted to let you know that we're old pals.
Sir, someone slipped in the back door and went into one of the front rooms.
Well, Miss Delafield,
Don't be surprised, gentlemen. I'm used to coming in here like this.
you seem to know your way around here pretty well.
As the district attorney, you're responsible for this case, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, I'm tired of detectives. I'm tired of being spied on. All you want to know is who killed Archer Coe, isn't it?
Naturally.
Well, I did.
What?
Yes. And there isn't a jury on earth will convict me when they hear my story. You don't believe me, do you? You were wondering this afternoon how my dog, Figaro, could get into this house. Well, he was following me. He was defending me when he was struck.
Well, where did you kill Mr. Coe?
In his bedroom.
What kind of lipstick do you use?
Lipstick? What's that got to do with it?
Is that yours?
Yes, that's mine. While I was struggling with Archer, my bag dropped on the floor and everything spilled out.
Won't do, Miss Delafield. It's an old trick.
It's not a trick.
I didn't realize that you were so fond of Mr. Grassi.
Mr. Grassi has nothing to do with it. Take me down to the station. I'll say nothing more until I get an attorney.
Help! 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 Help!
This guy's been stabbed, hasn't he?
Is this it, Mr. Vance? Yes, that's it. Thank you very much.
First you spoil my breakfast. Then you break up my lunch. Now you pull me out of bed in the middle of the night. And this fellow not even dead.
Why don't you put that in your report, Doc?
Of course, fingerprints would never pick up on that silk handle. But it fits perfectly. Where did you find it, Sergeant?
Under the bed.
Congratulations.
That's all right, Mr. Vance.
3 crimes with the same weapon, Markham.
Tom, what is it? What's happened?
I don't know, dear. Somebody stabbed me.
Is it serious, Doctor?
Oh, no. I gave him 3 grains of sodium amytal to quiet his nerves. He'll be all right. I'd like to rent a room here till they finish this case.
Poor darling. I wish I hadn't got you mixed up in all this.
You shouldn't have come here. Let me see this through alone.
Oh, I won't leave you. Can't we get away from here?
We leave tomorrow. Together.
Well, what do you think about it, Doc?
Well, the thrust punctured the median basilic vein and caused a hemorrhage.
Could the wound have been self-inflicted, Doctor?
I'm the city butcher, not the detective. Don't bother me with any murders after 3 tomorrow. I'm going to the World Series.
Hey, Doc, hold me the score between innings, will you?
Get these people out of this. What are they waiting for?
We just want to ask you a few questions, Sir Thomas. You say that when you were stabbed, you saw nothing, huh?
That's right. It was dark. I heard a noise and jumped out of bed. Somebody threw a chair and just missed my head and struck the window. I shouted for help and ran towards the door. Then I felt a sharp pain in my arm as I lost consciousness.
Knife by a ghost. That's a hot one. I think he done it himself.
How dare you, sir?
That's not fair.
Do you know anything about that?
Where'd you find it?
Under your bed.
I never saw it before.
Yeah. Like I never saw a pair of handcuffs.
You've no right to question him now in his condition.
Rather funny. You see what I see in Archer Coe's room? I have a suspicion that whoever killed the Coes came from this house. Probably from this room. Gentlemen, I think I can fit the pieces of this jigsaw puzzle together. Now, here is East 71st Street. This is the Coe house, the yard, and the apartment house next door. Now, let's have a look inside. This is MacDonald's apartment. Directly opposite is the window of Archer Coe's bedroom. Underneath MacDonald's apartment is the cozy little nest of Miss Delafield and her temporary guest, Mr. Grassi. This is the elevator, and here are the stairs that lead directly to the back entrance. From there, it's easy to reach the back entrance to the Coe house across the yard. Now, that's the front hall, and here's the library. On Wednesday evening, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, Archer Coe was sitting alone in that room. Now remember, it was the servants' night off. The killer must have known this when he came in the back door. He was so intent upon what he was planning to do that he must have left the back door open, because from somewhere in that vacant lot came a dog, a Doberman Pinscher, belonging to Doris Delafield. He saw the back door standing open and went in. Meanwhile, the killer was moving along the hall toward the library, making absolutely sure that Archer Coe was alone. He knew exactly where he was going and exactly what he was going to do. He came so silently that it must have startled Archer Coe when he looked up and saw him carefully closing the doors. It is my conjecture, gentlemen, that a terrific argument took place. Archer Coe must have struck him, and as he fell back, he picked up the poker as the first weapon that came into his hand. He struck Archer Coe on the head. Coe collapsed across the desk, his hands groping in the drawer of the desk for his gun. Then, in a blind rage of the moment, the killer saw a Chinese dagger. He seized it and stabbed Archer Coe in the back. Coe probably fell to the floor. Meantime, our Doberman Pinscher was coming closer and closer, probably attracted by the sound of the struggle in the library. As the killer opened the door to escape, he saw the Doberman Pinscher in the hall coming toward him. He again picked up the poker as the dog entered the room. True to the instinct of his breed, the dog sensed an enemy. He leaped. The killer struck, and the dog fell, badly wounded. Now he tried to hide the dagger in the Tingya vase. He dropped it too hard, and the porcelain broke into bits. He picked up the dagger again and went out the same way he came in. Meanwhile, Coe slowly regained consciousness and pulled himself to his feet. You remember, gentlemen, that Dr. Doremus said Coe died of an internal hemorrhage. And that is the key to the whole situation. Archer Coe, already a dying man, walked upstairs. And what is even more terrible, he did not know that he had been stabbed. He went to his room and, feeling a little faint probably, he removed his coat and vest and hung them in the closet where we found them. He put on his pajama top and went to the window and raised the shade. Can you imagine the killer's emotions when, from someplace in the apartment house across the vacant lot, he looked over and saw the man he thought he had killed standing there at the window? He knew then that he had to go back and complete his job to save himself. Feeling very faint by now, Archer Coe went from the window to the chair beside his desk, where he sat down. There, he started to remove his shoes. You remember just how we found him. In the very act of removing them, before he could get one of them entirely off, he died. I don't think he ever knew what killed him. Now we come to the most awful part of the tragedy. Brisbane Coe came back to the house with a cleverly worked out plan for killing his brother. He also knew that it was the servants' night out and that he would not be disturbed. He went down the hall to the library, and from the drawer of the desk, he took Archer Coe's own revolver and put it into his pocket. Then, turning out the light on the desk, he went out of the room. He hung his stick over the chair in the hall and tiptoed up the stairs and into Archer Coe's room. He saw his brother sitting in his easy chair, apparently asleep. I can see him tiptoe across the room. And from somewhere just across the desk, he took out the revolver and with careful aim, he pulled the trigger. Meantime, the killer, believing that he had only wounded Archer Coe, came back by the same route to finish his job. Then Brisbane closed the window and lowered the shade. And returning to the body, he carefully placed the gun in Archer's hand, as though it had been suicide. Then he went to the door, and with the two pieces of string, the pins and the darning needle, he was able to bolt the door on the inside, just as I showed you. A very clever device, gentlemen. which he had discovered in the book of unsolved murders, which we found in his suitcase. Then, gentlemen, Brisbane went on down the stairs, little knowing what awaited him there. The killer mistook Brisbane for Archer Coe and drove the dagger into Brisbane's back. Then, to hide the body, he dragged it into the closet. I doubt if he even discovered his mistake until the next day.
That's great. But who did all that?
Well, you can search me. I'm going screwy.
You can include me in that, Sergeant.
Haven't you got any ideas at all, Vance?
Markham, it's a maze of conflicting clues. Any one of 7 people might have done it.
But we couldn't convict 7 people, Mr. Vance.
You couldn't convict 1 with the evidence you've got. Gentlemen, I'm afraid we're completely stopped.
Licked.
Well, I hate to admit it, but it looks that way.
Vance, in all the years we've worked together, I never heard you say that before.
I know. I'm sorry, Markham.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
I don't know. Are you sure you checked up on all the alibis?
Every one of them.
And you've gone over the fingerprint situation with your boy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we've slipped up somewhere, Sergeant. But there must be something that we can get our teeth into.
Markham, I suggest that you dismiss this case.
What?
Dismiss it?
Yes, turn all the suspects loose.
I can just see all the newspapers in this town screaming for a new district attorney.
Well, we can probably cover you up all right, Mr. Markham. I've said it was suicide all along.
Yes, I know. We could put that solution on it, but I hate to do it. All right, Sergeant. Go ahead. Turn him loose.
Turn him loose?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Vance, this is once we're both stuck.
When you give up, Vance, I'm sunk.
Oh, I haven't given up. I have another idea.
What?
If it works, I'll have your killer for you in half an hour. I'm going to arrange a little meeting with him now.
What? But you let me dismiss all the suspects.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted you to do. Hello? This is Mr. Vance. I hope I haven't disturbed you. See, I wonder if you'd do me a little favor.
Mr. Markham.
Yes.
Can I see you a minute? That suicide story might work all right for Archer Coe, but I forgot all about Brisbane.
Well, never mind about that now. Just release the suspects, as I told you.
All right.
That's it. Yes? That's right. At 4:30. And just get him into an argument. Oh, I'll have him with me. I'm depending on his instinct. That's right. Thanks. If we can catch him off his guard, I think he'll give himself away. Come on, Markham. We've got to get there before 4:25.
Mr. Vance. They're in the library now.
Oh, darling, let me help you.
All right, dear. Thanks.
Well, it's the first time we've used bloodhounds in police work since I wore high-button shoes.
And red flannel underwear?
Oh, I always wear red flannel underwear.
So do I.
I want your bridal suite on the Coronia. They're sailing at midnight. That's right. Thank you.
Sailing at midnight. Lady MacDonald. Is it the title that dazzles you so much? Or is it the fortune she'll inherit that makes her so attractive, Sir Thomas?
Raymond, are you crazy?
It isn't the first time a fortune has bought a title. It so happens I'm not in need of a fortune. Possibly you are.
Raymond, you've no right to interfere this way.
No right? Well, I'll take that right. You think you're both sailing at midnight? Well, it won't work. You're going all right, Sir Thomas, but you're going alone.
Really?
Yes, and you're going now, or else...
The poker again, huh?
Take him off! Take him off! No! Take him off!
Oh, will you take it? Oh.
Here, hold him. Why did you kill Archer Coe? Why did you kill him?
I didn't mean to kill him.
But you did, eh?
I tell you, I didn't mean to kill him. He struck me when I told him I wanted to marry Hilda. And I lost my head. I hit him with a poker. I don't remember anything after that.
What about Brisbane?
It was a terrible mistake.
And MacDonald?
I still would kill him if I could.
There's your man, Sergeant. You made a fatal mistake, Reed, when you reached for that poker.
Somebody swiped my bracelets.
You dropped them in the pantry.
Oh. All right, Hennessy. Leave down booking.
I want to thank you very much for your cooperation.
Not at all.
It was Sir Thomas I telephoned from your office, Markham. He very cleverly helped us stage this little scene. We have to thank the dog for the rest.
Well, we did it again, Mr. Vance.
Congratulations, Sergeant.
Thank you. I'll certainly mention you in my story to the papers.
Thank you.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Vance.
3 minutes till showtime. Why not add to your enjoyment with a delicious confection and drink at our attractive refreshment stand? Minutes till showtime. Tempt your taste with the wide variety of mouth-watering snacks available at popular prices at our refreshment stand. Till showtime. Satisfy yourself with a thirst-quenching drink. Your favorite beverage awaits you at our refreshment stand. The show is about to start, folks, but the refreshment stand will remain open for your pleasure.
Carter.
Right.
B. Ramsey.
Yes, sir.
On the tee, boy.
When can we tee off?
Who's playing with you?
Oh, just my son.
Well, I'm sorry, but only foursomes on Sunday, Mr. Kimball.
We should have been told about this before. We're new members here.
Well, I'll make up a foursome for you directly, sir. Oh, do you mind making up a foursome, Professor?
Why, not at all.
With Mr. Roberts and Professor Barstow.
My name's Barstow. How do you do?
How do you do, sir? This is my son, Manuel.
How do you do? Glad to meet you. If you're members of the club, I suppose you know Mr. Roberts.
Yes, we've met.
Oh, yes. Well, I hate to intrude in your game, Professor Barstow.
Nothing of the sort. Glad to have you. Well, that's all settled. This cap's too tight. Run back to the clubhouse and see if you can get my visor, will you? Good shot. That boy hasn't come back yet. He has my clubs.
Use my driver.
Oh, thank you. The mosquito bit me just as I hit the ball.
Oh, that's too bad.
Good shot. Yours is a very familiar name. E.J. Kimball. I know I've heard it before.
Well, of course, I know who you are. You're president of Wilson College.
That's right. E.J. Kimball. Seems to me I heard that name a long time ago. Now I remember. E.J. Kim... This is awkward.
Roberts! Manuel! You better run for a doctor.
There's no need of a doctor. He's dead.
Dead?
Do you have to work for Nero Wolfe to get a key of your own?
He hasn't got a key himself.
He doesn't need one. He never goes out. And this was the first day of your vacation. I even gave up my job. This was the day we were going to get married. So instead of that, you take me along on a wild goose chase to find a dame who makes home brew for Nero Wolfe, and we end up ringing doorbells.
What do you want me to do? Break in a window?
I want you to take that job with your uncle in the furniture business.
All right, I will.
You'd make a wonderful salesman, Archie.
I just said I would.
And you wouldn't be slaving away for this beer-guzzling orchid grower. When you could have regular working hours. And I might get to see the inside of a nightclub again. Go ice skating or even see a show again. When are we going to get married?
Now listen.
You've been promising me every day for a week we get married, and we're still not married.
Now listen. As soon as I report to the chief about Marie, we'll be married. In a half an hour, you and I will be Mr. and Mrs. Archie Goodwin. I promise you. Now, will you please let me ring this doorbell in peace? If Nero Wolfe has to answer this bell himself, he'll fire me.
Are you sure of that?
Certainly, I'll guarantee it. Hey, Wolfe will get sore.
Let him.
But you can't.
Quiet, so we can hear the bell. Just my luck.
Mm-hmm. So you don't come back with Marie, no?
No. Listen, Old, I'm tired and I'm hungry. My feet hurt and I got a headache. I'm going to sit right down here and get some lunch. I can't find Marie. I don't know where Marie is. I can't get any of her homebrew. Now, you go upstairs and tell that to Wolfe.
Tell me yourself. You couldn't find Marie.
She left the house early. The place is all locked up.
Our mother made the only beer I could drink during Prohibition. I got used to it. I can't drink any other. And now Marie is the only one that knows how to make it. Get that beer out of here, all of it. I don't want it. You know what I'm going to be forced to do, Archie? Didn't I tell you to leave bread up here? Get me a slice of bread, quick. Marie, I've got to go out and find her myself.
But I went to 30 places.
You only had to go to one, the right place. The best beer maker in the world, and you can't find her.
But I've looked everywhere.
It isn't as if I asked you to do the impossible. There are only 6 million people in New York. It isn't as if she were anywhere in the United States.
I know how you feel, Chief, but I'll absolutely guarantee that Marie Marangola is nowhere in the city.
It's Marie.
Young lady, come upstairs. I want to talk to you.
Hurry up. The air's bad for the orphans.
Now, Marie, where have you been?
I was busy raising some money to bring to you.
Money? For me?
Yes. I want you to find my brother. Something's happened to him. He's gone. I brought you $50. Please, Mr. Wolfe.
Archie, take notes.
Archie. Come on.
Not now. Go away. I'm busy now. Shut the door and go away.
Here goes the bride.
Archie, another bottle of beer. Now, Marie, tell us about your brother.
Carlo was out of work.
Yes?
I was supporting him.
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago, he decided to go back to the old country.
Isn't that a new pencil?
Certainly.
Use these up first. And give me that paper. Here are some telegraph blanks. Use them. They cost us nothing. I hate these interruptions. Go on, Marie.
So I gave my brother the money for a steamship ticket. He was a metal worker. He made the springs for guns.
I see.
3 days before he was going to go away, he got work. He telephoned me. He was happy, so happy. He said he was going to stay in America after all. He told me to meet him at a restaurant Monday night. We were going to celebrate. He didn't come.
Does he live with you?
No, he lives at 84 Groover Street. But he hasn't been there since Monday.
Archie, go to 84 Groover Street. Have a look around. If you see anything that looks unimportant to you, bring it to me.
Won't you please look for him yourself?
Archie is my eyes, my ears, my arms, and my legs. He does everything for me but think. Don't worry, Marie. We'll bring your brother back to you, or it won't cost you a penny.
He hasn't got Carlo up his sleeve, but he's liable to pull him right out the drawer.
Uh-huh. Evidently, Carlo read the Standard.
What did I tell you? He's brilliant. That's detecting.
He was looking for a job for months and always cutting out advertisements. He used to give me the paper in the afternoon. Monday's paper had a bigger hole than the others.
Must have been a bigger job.
No, I threw it away, but it wasn't a job. There was something cut out in the first page.
The first page? You come along with me and tell that to Nero Wolfe.
But I can't go. I gotta dust the hallway and answer the doorbell and telephone. I can't go.
I'll take care of that.
But I can't go.
Get your hat and coat. You know, Maisie, the sooner this girl gets to Nero Wolfe, the sooner the case is settled. And naturally, the sooner the case is settled, the sooner I go on my vacation. And the sooner I go on my vacation, the sooner you and I get married. See you later, baby. That's a copy of the paper that Carlo cut the story out of.
Well, that's fine. Now let's see what Carlo was interested in.
That's a cinch. I'll bet you a quarter I can pick the story.
It's a bet. League of Nations report on Ethiopia ready for powers. Mrs. Roosevelt addresses young mothers. River rights hearing set by United States body. Boys playing around the world trip on a 30-foot boat. Gangsters tear gassed out of a Brooklyn flat.
That's the story I'm putting my 2 bits on.
Bring in that housemaid.
Come on in, babe.
Lady, did you read a story in the paper about some gangsters being gassed out of a Brooklyn hideout?
In Greenpoint? Sure, I read about that.
Pay off, Archie. If she read it, it couldn't have been the story Carlo cut out.
You'd rather win a quarter from me than a $25,000 fee from a multimillionaire.
And now, young lady, can you show me on this newspaper where the piece was cut out?
Up at the top, above the weather report.
Oh, you mean up here?
Yeah, that's right.
River rights hearing set by United States party. We can eliminate that. Give me a pin, Archie. And let me have your knife, Archie. Is that the way the paper was cut?
Yeah, that's the way.
Thank you very much, young lady.
I promised her a couple of bucks.
Well, why don't you pay her? I didn't promise it to her.
What is it? What's the story cut out? That's one for the book. A mug like Carlo cutting out a story about a college professor kicking off. Now, my theory about Carlo...
I'm thinking, never mind your theory. Give this money to Marie. She's waiting downstairs.
What? You're giving back money?
Yes. We told her we would find her brother for her. But we can't do that. The only thing we can find is his body. The police will probably do that for her. You see, Carlo didn't just disappear. He died. And he didn't just die. He was murdered. Give her this money, too. She'll probably need it to bury him with.
Well, how do you work that out? This story in the paper ain't about Carlo. It's about a college professor.
Oh, the professor. Oh, that poor fellow didn't just drop dead. No. He was murdered, too.
Why do you think so hard? I thought Nero Wolfe did all the thinking.
Why does he think they were murdered?
Nero Wolfe thinks that everybody that dies is murdered.
But the doctor said he died of heart failure.
What's your diagnosis, housemaid's knee?
For you, Archie.
Aw, is it some little gift you bought for me, Archie, darling?
No, I didn't buy nothing. It says it's for me. Golf clubs. Aren't they swell? I bet Mr. Wolfe bought them for me.
Oh, they finally came. Here, take them upstairs.
Well, what's the idea?
Bring them up to the parlor. I want to find out how to use them.
Golf in the parlor. He thinks it's like pool.
What are those bats with the big knobs on them?
It's not a bat. It's a club. And it's not a knob. It's a head.
Well, what is that on the front of it?
It's not the front. It's the face. Head, face.
Remarkable. What's the bull's eye thing there?
That marks the point of impact. That's where the ball is hit by the face of the club head.
Now, will you please pretend you are impacting the ball?
I'm now about to drive the ball.
Never mind doing a jig.
I am getting my stance.
The man ringing that bell has a badge. Only policemen, letter carriers, and firemen ring a bell with so much authority. Answer it, Archie.
I want to see Mr. Wolfe. I'm Lieutenant O'Grady.
Okay, we don't mind. Go on in. Lieutenant O'Grady, and he's got a badge.
Sit down, Lieutenant. I'll be with you in a few minutes. Go ahead with the golf lesson, Archie.
Hey, I come here on business.
Yes, I know, about Carlo Marangola. You identified his body today, and you want to know what we've taken from his room. Sit down for a minute, please. All right, Archie, go ahead.
Hey, listen, I haven't any time to waste.
Lieutenant, what this young man is trying to do may look crazy, but it's important. Now, he can't go on with it unless there's perfect silence.
What?
Go ahead, Archie. Now do that over and over. Now turn around. That was very careless of you. I'll have to charge you for that lamp. Now do that again. But have a little more regard for my personal property this time. You did that with too much fury. Now govern yourself and do it much slower. Very slowly. Slower than that. Still slower.
What am I supposed to be, a slow-motion cartoon?
Exactly. Now do that again. That's all, Archie. Now, give me some more beer. This golf is very tiring. Now, what is it you want, Lieutenant?
Well, about that Marangola case. They found his body, bad heart, just quit on him.
A bad heart. Lieutenant, I'll bet you a new derby hat, any color you like, that you'll find Carlo Marangola's heart was as sound as a dollar, and so was Professor Barstow's. An autopsy will show you that he and Carlo were murdered, and by the same method.
Why, you're crazy.
That's not the issue that confronts us. Now remember, Carlo was a metal worker, a gunsmith. Now, this club looks like a gun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the shaft is hollow, like the barrel of a gun.
Yeah.
The curved head here, like the stock or the handle of a pistol. Now, my guess is that Carlo was told by someone to make a gun that would fire a small bullet, maybe a needle, and make it out of a driver like this one. Now, this insert would make a perfect place for a trigger. A spring in here would turn it into an air rifle. A hole in here would let the bullet or the needle be fired. Now then.
What's this?
Will my stance do, Archie?
Oh, pretty good for a beginner.
Now, when I swing down to hit the ball so, the end of this homemade gun is pointing right above my waistline.
Waistline?
It's an imaginary line like the equator. The ball releases a spring here, and the bullet or needle is fired and finds its mark here.
You want us to make an autopsy on a guess like that? We wouldn't think of it.
Well, I know you wouldn't, but now that I thought of it for you, go ahead. That's all, Lieutenant.
Westchester Police today applied for an order to exhume the body of Professor Edgar G. Barstow in an effort to determine whether late President Wilson College met death through natural causes or was murdered. The first hint that foul play was suspected and that the deaths of Professor Barstow and Carlo Marangola were linked came from Lieutenant O'Grady of the Westchester County Police. That's O'Grady, grabbing bows.
Oh, let him grab him.
I wish you'd get that great brain to work on the problem of when are we going to get married.
We'll get married right after lunch.
So that onion soup smells delicious.
Onion soup. You're the one who found out it was a murder. It ought to be a cinch for you to grab the guy who did it.
You think I solve murders for fun? My interest is only aroused by the fee. Just now, my mind is on onion soup.
All right, then get a load of this. Mrs. Barstow, the widow of the dead man, issued a statement offering a $50,000 reward for the apprehension of the murderer should the autopsy show that Professor Barstow was the victim of foul play.
$50,000? Well, what are you waiting for? Why this dilly-dally? You want an engraved invitation to call on Mrs. Barstow? Well, get going. See her. Get her to offer the reward in writing.
On my tombstone, they're going to write, shed tears for Maisie Gray because she's a bride-to-be that never was.
No, not now. I'm working on Archie. The same technique we used on the Marlborough case. You start the birds and I'll dig up the worms.
Gee, Mr. Wolfe, this is terrible. You're separating a man and wife-to-be.
Maisie, I hope you'll be happily married for 50 years. If you are, an hour or two, more or less, one way or the other, won't make a particle of difference.
I meant what I said. Here's my offer of the reward in writing.
You could save time by making out the check right now. Wolf always gets his man.
He won't get his man this time, I can tell you that.
Then why'd you offer the reward?
My purpose doesn't come within the realm of your understanding.
Don't worry about that. Between Wolf and me, we understand everything. Do you know what we did in the Marlborough murder case?
No, I don't.
Of course not. That's one beyond your understanding. We only had a crushed-up daisy for a clue.
You're a disturbing element in this house. Go.
Now, if I'm going to work in this case, I expect some cooperation. I want to ask you just 2 questions. Who wanted to kill Barstow and who were his enemies? And who gained something from his death?
Those are 3 questions, Mr. Goodwin, and I'll answer them all. Nobody, nobody, nobody.
Mother, you promised me you wouldn't see anyone today. You were going to rest.
It's all right, dear. This is Mr. Goodwin. My daughter Ellen and Mr. Roberts.
Hi.
You shouldn't have come here like this. My mother is in no condition to be interviewed.
Mr. Goodwin isn't a newspaper man. He's a detective. He's associated with that Nero Wolfe person.
Oh. The district attorney just told me about you. You're making a newspaper sensation out of my father's death. My father wasn't murdered.
He didn't have an enemy in the world.
No. But I do know who's responsible for his death.
Mother.
Well, I do know.
Please, Mother.
Mrs. Barstow's very upset. She doesn't realize what she's saying.
Who did it?
The one who's been responsible for everything that happens in my life. No one's wise enough to outwit him.
Who?
Hamansa killed him.
Who?
Hamansa. He pulls the strings and we obey.
Whoever he is, I want to see him.
You have your chance now to meet him face to face. That's Hamansa.
That's Hamansa. So your father is out of town, huh, Mr. Kimball?
Yes. But I'm sure if he knew a great detective was going to call upon him, he'd have stayed home to see you.
When did he leave?
Don't you even know that? He left Sunday night by plane. He's in Chicago at the Blackbird Hotel, room 508. For breakfast, he has 2 soft-boiled eggs.
Enough of these trivialities. When is he coming back?
Now, look here, my dear fellow. You're supposed to do the guessing around here, not me. At the risk of being impolite, I'd say he's coming back when he gets good and ready.
He might come back long before that if Mr. Wolfe's investigations happen to implicate him. Or you. You said it was a heart attack, didn't you?
I have no reason to alter my diagnosis.
But that's not what Mr. Wolfe thinks.
I'm not interested in his opinions.
Oh, but you should be, because if Mr. Wolfe was right, it would be very embarrassing for you.
You better be careful. If he casts any aspersions on my professional reputation...
He's not interested in reputations. It's all cold turkey with him. And before he's finished, he'll know every mark you got when you graduated from medical school. If you did graduate.
I have advised Mrs. Barstow to withdraw her offer of reward. Are you a lawyer or a doctor? Mrs. Barstow, what are your feelings in the matter?
When I offered the reward, I'd no idea I'd have to deal with people like Mr. Goodwin here. He behaved like a crazy man.
In other words, Mr. Wolfe, this investigation has got to stop. Oh, now, Doctor, I don't tell you how to look for microbes, so please don't tell me how to look for murderers.
I declare a man dies of heart failure.
And you have the brazen effrontery to tell me that my diagnosis is incorrect.
Oh, please, Doctor. All deaths are not caused by heart failure.
I'm speaking of angina pectoris. And I know the difference between angina pectoris and murder. And if the autopsy proves that my diagnosis is correct, I'm going to sue you and Mr. Goodwin for all the money you have.
What you'll get from me, you'll have to fight out in a small claims court.
And Mrs. Barstow will start suit on her own behalf for the mental anguish you caused her.
If anybody else starts to sue, I'll have to get change for a quarter.
Miss Ellen Barstow and Mr. Claude Roberts want to see you, Mr. Wolfe.
I'll bring them in. Won't you sit down?
I didn't know you'd be here, Mother. You shouldn't have let her come.
Don't treat me like a child, Ellen.
I believe what you're really doing is using this business as a camouflage. That when you've all the information you want, you'll make use of it for your own purpose. And what I have in mind is known by a very ugly name.
Blackmail.
Where do you come in on this little family gathering, Mr. Roberts?
I was with Professor Barstow when he was killed.
That's really something for you to worry about.
Mr. Manuel Kimball is outside.
So, there's always room for one more.
I hope you'll pardon me, Mr. Wolfe. I must leave.
So soon?
Yes, I have a golf lesson to give at the club.
Can't you stay and take me home?
You can go home with your mother and the doctor, Ellen.
Won't you sit down, Mr. Kimball? You know everyone? I must send this telegram. Archie. Get this off right away, will you?
I've come to notify you personally that if any of your insinuations against me or my father get into the newspapers, I shall hold you responsible in a damage suit.
Only me? Hell, they're going to sue Archie Goodwin, too.
Mr. Wolfe, you'll have to answer to all of us for this.
That seems very clear by now. You haven't been in Westchester long, have you?
No.
Before that in the Argentine?
I was born there.
Your father, E.J. Kimball, that is Emmanuel Jeremiah Kimball, isn't it?
Yes, that's my father's name.
Then you must be the little boy.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's really nothing.
I must still insist that Professor Barstow was murdered.
By one of us? Is that why you sent for us?
But I didn't send for any of you.
And we were very foolish to come here. Professor Barstow died of heart failure. He certainly was not murdered.
Hello? Yes. Uh-huh. All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye. That was the district attorney. The autopsy shows without a doubt that Professor Barstow was murdered by a poisoned needle. Shut up. Right in, right here. It's nice to have seen all of you.
So, after spending 87 cents for gas, 42 cents for oil, and driving all the way up to the West Hills Golf Club, you find that the young man who was breaking his neck to get out of here to give a golf lesson wasn't there.
Am I wrong, or did you send me to find him?
No, not to find him. If I thought he was going to be there...
A chance for us to rush out and get married. I got the ring and the license.
Yep. This is the big moment.
Wait a minute, Archie. There's a sinister-looking man prowling around.
What?
He's looking in the front window. You better go down and see what he wants.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a suspect. Looking for someone?
I wanted to see Mr. Wolfe, but I didn't want to disturb him if he was busy.
Nothing disturbs Mr. Wolfe, and he's always busy. Come on in.
Good evening, Mr. Roberts. You can go, Maisie. I need Archie tonight, but you can be married tomorrow.
No wonder your mother named you Nero.
I'm here, sir, because I think I owe you an explanation.
You're here because you didn't go to the golf club as you said you were going this afternoon.
That's what I wanted to explain. If you remember, I left after Manuel Kimball arrived. The fact of the matter is, I don't like it, sir. I don't like to be in the same room with him.
Why?
Because of an incident that happened some time ago. I hesitated telling you about it, Mr. Wolfe, but I've heard of your reputation. I knew you'd find out about it sooner or later anyway.
Oh, sit down. Repeat that for Archie, please.
I hate it.
Well, up until a year ago, I was the golf instructor at the America Club in Buenos Aires. Young Mr. Kimball was a member there. When his father came to the Argentine last year, he was a guest at the club. Old man Kimball, you know, hasn't lived in South America for years. And then one day, several $100s was stolen from Mr. Kimball's locker. Well, I had keys to all the lockers. Young Mr. Kimball charged me with stealing the money. I was dismissed from the club and left South America under a cloud.
It's all very interesting, but I hardly see what it has to do with the case we're working on.
Well, I wanted to explain to you why I left so hurriedly. You see, sir, I've got a bad temper. I was afraid young Kimball might make me lose it. I've owed him a licking for a long time, and someday I'm going to give it to him.
Why did you come back here, skulking around, peering into my windows?
I wanted to see if Kimball was here. See what he was telling you about me, my fiancée, her mother.
What was there to tell?
Nothing. Nothing more than I've already told. But I was worried.
The trouble with worrying, Mr. Roberts, is that we worry about the wrong thing. I once knew a man who worried morning, noon, and night about his indigestion. A few months later, he died in the electric chair. I mustn't get away from the subject. How do you feel about Kimball Sr.?
He was very gracious about the whole affair. Of course, that didn't help much after I was fired.
How did the people in Buenos Aires feel about Kimball Sr. and Jr.?
Whatever you want to know about the Kimballs, you'll have to find out for yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. I'll be seeing you again soon, I hope. Come in anytime.
And next time, come right in. Don't play Peeping Tom. That gives me an idea.
Really?
Don't you think we ought to find the missing golf club, the one that killed Barstow?
Oh, let the police find it. O'Grady will be around here bragging about his remarkable work. The way to get your money in this business, Archie, is not by finding the missing evidence, but by finding the murderer. I have an idea. We'll invite some other people from the West Hills Golf Club.
But there might be fingerprints on the golf club.
The only fingerprints on that golf club will be O'Grady's.
I'm going up there anyway and have a look around.
Go ahead. Hello, operator. Get me the West Hills Golf Club in Westchester, huh?
What is this, a little brother movement?
The chief must have become a scoutmaster.
These are young friends of mine, caddies from the West Hills Golf Club. There's Johnny, there's Tommy, there's Bill, and Mike.
Hiya, boys.
You should have had them here 3 days ago.
I saw O'Grady. They found the club. No fingerprints.
Sorry you're late. We had squab stuffed with wild rice. But I've got a special little treat fixed up for you and Maisie.
Frankfurters, sauerkraut, and mustard.
Just like Coney Island, except you haven't got the sand in your shoes. The boys here have been educating me about golf.
Must be tough to admit to something you don't know.
Oh, I know all about it now. Johnny here was the professor's caddy.
Yeah, he was my baby.
Your baby? You look sort of young to be a father.
Proving I know more about golf now than you. When a player likes a certain caddy and won't take any other, he's that caddy's baby. Now, Tommy here caddied for Mr. Roberts, and Bill caddied for young Kimball, and Mike for old man Kimball.
Oh, they all had babies.
Now, what we fellas are going to do is pretend it's that same Sunday afternoon. The bags are over your shoulders. Your players were waiting to tee off. I suppose when the starter says, you're next, you fellows were together exchanging gossip. And your babies were in a group by themselves.
No, sir. It wasn't that way at all. The professor and Mr. Roberts were going to play a twosome. We were all ready to start when the caddy master comes up and says we have to make it a foursome. Because of being Sunday, it's too crowded for twosomes.
Oh, I see. Now, where was the professor standing? Now, this is the professor. You show me where he was. This is the starting tee.
Well, if this is the professor, he was right next to the tee.
Yeah, well, where was his caddy?
He sent me up to the clubhouse for his eye shade.
And what were you doing while Johnny was standing by his baby?
I was chewing gum.
Oh, you were chewing gum. Weren't you doing anything else?
Yes, I was blowing bubbles with it.
You were chewing gum and blowing bubbles. Anything else?
Sure, I was holding young Mr. Kimball's bag.
When did the professor tee off?
Well, he was third, and Mr. Roberts and young Mr. Kendall were ahead of him.
I see. And I suppose you handed the professor his driver.
Yes, sir. No, I couldn't have done that. This is me here, and I'm over here getting his eye shade, and I've got his bag with me. I know.
Yeah.
He borrowed old man Kimball's driver.
No, he didn't borrow it. Old man Kimball offered it to him.
You sure about that?
Yes,
Oh,
sure,
sure,
I
that's
can
right.
count on that.
Old man Kimball was driving off first. He took out his driver and says, here, use mine.
Gee, that's right. Maybe he did.
You sure you got that straight now?
Oh,
sure, that's right. I was right next to him. That's right. I didn't come back until old man Kimball had made his drive.
That's swell, boys. That's swell. Don't try to fool a detective. So it wasn't the professor who wanted to murder at all. It was old man Kimball. Because whoever put the club in old man Kimball's bag couldn't have had any idea that the professor was going to use it. And old man Kimball would have been 6 feet under the sod right now if the professor hadn't borrowed his driver. Now I ask you, is that one for the book? So we got to start all over again, still playing hide and seek. But now the question is, who wanted to kill Kimball?
Did you ever read a small-town paper, Archie? They're very interesting.
No, and I don't try to grow white orchids either. I thought we were working on a murder case.
You aren't, but I am. You're just rehashing everything that we already know. You're living in the past.
And I suppose you can tell the future.
I can tell you from this very interesting social chatter of Westchester that John J. Driscoll, the famous lawyer, is moving into his new colonial house and celebrating the event with a big party. That Miss Mary Hastings, who spent the weekend with her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Hastings, returned to Vassar on Monday. And that Mr. E.J. Kimball will arrive from Chicago tonight. I can also tell you that it's your job to find out what train he's coming in on, and to get on that train at the 125th Street station. Unless you prefer to meet him with his friends and perhaps his enemies at the Grand Central Station.
So the thing for you to do, Mr. Kimball, is to quietly come along with us and see Nero Wolfe.
Nero Wolfe? I don't know him.
And you're not missing anything.
Young man, if you think I've got time to waste on every fanatic who thinks he knows more about my business than I do myself, you're mistaken. I'm a very busy man.
Now, Mr. Kimball, you may be the #1 man in the olive oil business, but to me, you're just beer cap #3 on a murder list. Everybody has you tagged as the man who killed Barstow. We're the only ones who know that you missed being murdered by such a hair.
Oh, it's a lot of twaddle.
That's one thing that's always bothered me. Just what is twaddle?
Keep quiet. Well, I guess we've done all we can. If you insist on being a corpse, I suppose that's your business. But remember this. You handed that golf club out of your bag to Professor Barstow. And you know what happened to him.
But what can this Nero Wolfe do for me?
Nothing except keep you alive. Unless you're tired of it all.
Oh, it's a lot of twaddle.
You can't make it twaddle just by saying so. Now, my advice to you, Mr. Kimball, is to walk out of Grand Central Station with Maisie on one arm and me on the other.
Williams, take these things home. I have some business to do in town. Now, I'll tell you why I came here, Mr. Wolfe. I came here to tell you that everything that you and this young man here have said is twaddle. Mr. Wolfe, I haven't an enemy in this world.
No, please, Mr. Kimball. I wish you'd managed to stick to the facts. If you had used that golf club, you'd be dead. Someone wanted to murder you.
Sure, you're living on borrowed time.
There's nothing that leads me to suppose that he still doesn't want to kill you. Frankly, Mr. Kimball, it's none of my business unless you wish to make it so by retaining me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wolfe, but I'm not convinced. Besides, I'm a fatalist.
Emerson said that there were two kinds of fatalists. The first one wakes up in the middle of the night, hears a burglar downstairs and says, what fate decrees must be, turns over and goes back to sleep. The second one says, if fate decrees that I shall be murdered no matter what I do. So I'll go downstairs and try and knock his head off. I advise you to be of the second kind.
Hello? Who wants to speak to him? It's O'Grady.
Yes, certainly. Oh, that's very interesting. You don't know quite how interesting that is. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, thank you.
I'm very glad to have met you, Mr. Wolfe, and I feel fully entertained for the time I wasted.
Oh, I think you'd be interested to know about that telephone call. It was from Lieutenant O'Grady of the police force. Your car has been wrecked and your chauffeur is dead. Killed by the bite of a Fer-de-Lance, evidently placed in your car.
Fer-de-Lance? What did him?
A Fer-de-Lance, probably the most poisonous snake in the world. Mr. Kimball can tell you all about it. They're more common in the Argentine.
You're right. Somebody's trying to kill me. You gotta help me. Don't you realize that if I'd been in that car, I'd be dead now?
Well, why do you think we brought you here?
I'll do anything you want me to.
Fine, Archie. Take Mr. Kimball over to the McAndrews Hotel. Register him under your name. Mr. Kimball, I'll send for you when I need you. And Archie, before you leave Mr. Kimball at the hotel, he'll give you a check.
Check?
Young man, I have no intention of telling you anything. The reason I brought you here was to have you tell me a few things. Now, we're not playing any games here, and this is no time for you to be noble and say that you won't talk about the affairs of the Kimballs. Because if it's true that you have nothing against Mr. Kimball Sr., this is your chance to help him. Now, what happened in South America?
All right, I'll tell you. Mr. Kimball was tried for the murder of his wife. He was acquitted.
The details?
Well, it's the kind of story women like to gab about over teacups. I don't know the details, except that after he was acquitted, he left South America and never went back until last year. It was something about another man.
Did you ever hear of a Fer-de-Lance?
Yes, it's a snake. The most poisonous snake of the tropics.
Did you ever see one?
No, thank you.
Now, let's see. You were in South America, old man Kimball lived there, and his son was there, of course. Has anybody else involved in this case ever been to South America?
Well...
Have they or haven't they?
I think, Mr. Wolfe, that Ellen Barstow was born there. But she came to this country when she was just a baby.
We already know that your daughter was born in South America. That isn't the reason we brought you here. What I want to know is, did you know Mr. Emmanuel J. Kimball in Buenos Aires?
Why should I know him?
Well, you were both there at the same time. It only seems natural that you might have met.
I've never spoken a word to Mr. Kimball in my life.
You were married to the late Professor Barstow in 1928, weren't you? That's 8 years ago.
Yes.
Who was your first husband?
Mrs. Barstow was previously married to a Mr. Henderson. But I don't see what that's got to do with...
Please, please, I'm the doctor here. Was your first husband in South America with you when your daughter was born?
Yes.
Did you leave there together and come back to the States?
No.
Did your husband die there?
Mr. Wolfe, you're being needlessly cruel. She can't tell you what happened to her first husband. No one knows whether he's alive or dead.
Oh, yes, there's someone who knows. Hermanza. Hermanza knows everything. Why don't you ask Hermanza your questions? He'll tell you why I hate Mr. Kimball. He'll tell you what happened to my first husband. He'll tell you whose hands are stained with blood.
Your father was charged with the murder of your mother. He was tried and acquitted. All I want to know is, do you believe him guilty?
Nobody who knows him believes him guilty. Even the newspapers of that time agreed that my mother was killed by Mrs. Barstow's first husband. He disappeared on the day of her death. My father suffered a great deal because of this in the past. He's almost forgotten it. Surely you can gain nothing by opening up old wounds.
I'm afraid opening up old wounds is my business. Now, I've got to ask you some very personal questions about your family history.
Mr. Wolfe, I prefer that you find out what you want to know from someone else.
Very well. I will. If you don't tell me everything I want to know, I must withdraw from the case.
All right, Mr. Wolfe. It's the old story. I was away on a trip. I came back a day too soon. There was my wife and Mrs. Barstow's first husband, a man named Henderson. Next day, my wife was found dead. The other man had disappeared. I was tried for murder. I was acquitted. I left South America, stayed away 15 years. Meantime, my son had left school. He'd grown to manhood. I wanted him with me, so I went back to get him.
Mr. Kimball, when you first came in here, you said that nobody would want to kill you. I can tell you 5, maybe 6 people that had a motive.
Oh, that's impossible.
First, your son.
What?
Motive, revenge. He thinks you the murderer of his mother and might want to avenge her death. Second, Mrs. Barstow.
Mrs.
Motive, revenge. You say her first husband disappeared. She thinks you killed him as well as your wife. Number 3, Ellen Barstow. Motive, revenge, and for the same reason as the mother. Number 4, Dr. Bradford. Number 5, Claude Roberts. Motive, his love for Ellen Barstow, and his disgrace in South America at your hands. Number 6. Number 6. What about Mr. Henderson, Mrs. Barstow's first husband? You say he disappeared. You have no reason to believe him dead, have you?
No, I haven't.
That's rather an odd question to ask of a man. Most people believe guilty of his murder. But let us suppose he did disappear. Suppose he reappears. What person does he want to meet most in all the world? You. Isn't that right, Mr. Kimball?
Yes, I suppose it is. That's who it might be. Mrs. Barstow's first husband.
Now, there's another possibility, an entirely different direction that might mean we're barking up the wrong tree.
I don't understand that.
You had motive enough to kill Professor Barstow.
But I wouldn't.
But you had a motive. Revenge on Mrs. Barstow. She and her first husband nearly wrecked your life. You could have had that chauffeur killed to make people think that you were an intended victim rather than the murderer. For you see, Mr. Kimball, we know now from the police chemist's report that the mysterious poison that killed Professor Barstow and Carlo Marangola was the venom of the Fer-de-Lance. The same poison that killed your chauffeur.
Please don't believe that.
You could have killed Carlo Marangola on that lonely Westchester street, but I didn't. I'm only outlining possibilities. But make sure of this, Mr. Kimball. If you did, that check you gave me won't help you. Archie, Mr. Kimball is going home now, and you're going with him. Don't let him out of your sight. Be prepared to stay a month if necessary.
A month? What'll Maisie say?
Maisie will say, when are we going to get married? You go to jail.
What do you mean I go to jail? I'm the guy who sends other people to jail.
Not when you're playing Monopoly.
You see, this game was really designed for the tired businessman who isn't quite tired enough. I think it might interest you to play it. I'm afraid you and my son, however, are doomed to certain failure.
Dinner is ready, sir.
Oh.
Oh, let's play a couple of rounds first, huh?
Oh, all right. Well, then I'll begin. 5. Oh, Reading Railroad. That's not a bad investment for $200. I'll buy it.
Reading Railroad, $200.
You go next so I get the idea. A natural. What does that mean?
Chance. That means he has to take one of those chance cards and do whatever it says.
You win second prize in a beauty contest. Collect $11.
If I'd have drawn that card, I'd have known this was fake money.
Now let's go to dinner.
What do you mean? On my roll, I'd die of suspense. Come on, come on. Give us the dough. $200. Your throw.
Ah.
Dinner is very ready, sir.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I'm hungry.
Oh, come on, let's finish the game. Oh, well. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're at my hotel. $2,000, please.
Well, I can pay you 3 railroads. That breaks me.
Stick around, Junior. I'm going to work on you now. 5. You're on a railroad. I own all the railroads. I got a monopoly. $200, please. The kid's trying to break it gently. He's broke. Now, what do I do with all this dough?
Now we change that into the real money that you
Okay.
won. 10 cents from each of us.
20 cents, gee. Don't tell Nero Wolfe about this, or he'll expect me to give him half.
Dinner is ruined, sir.
And so are the Kimballs.
I've never been beaten at this game before. You know, you've got a very good business sense. Ever thought about going into business?
Maisie's been talking to you. Duck! Don't jump over the railing. That's what he wants. Stay where you are. When he comes towards us, we'll nail him. Oh. Are you hurt, Father? Stay where you are. No, I'm all right. I hit my head.
He's getting away.
He must be in New Rochelle by now.
Oh, hello.
Fancy meeting you here. You're lucky you weren't shot.
Somebody tried to shoot my father.
We chased after him, but by the time we got in the lawn, he was gone.
Hey, there was a woman who came through that hedge and got into a car.
Did she have a gun?
A silver one or a black one?
A black one.
I didn't ask her.
Right after the shots, I went over to the Barstow house. Yeah, Mrs. Barstow was there, but it looked like she just came in.
What about the daughter?
She was out with Roberts. I didn't want to call from the house, so I'm using a pay station.
A pay station? Well, you better talk fast, then.
Well, I've told you everything. Oh, Maisie said it was a woman who came out of the house.
Maisie, are you working on a case, or are you up there on a house party?
Well, I didn't tell her to come. I ran out of the house, and boom, there she was.
Now, look, don't waste your time talking. Round up all those people. Scare them to death if you have to. Tell them any one of them is apt to be shot at next. And get them down here.
Tonight, rounding out that bunch will be worse than chasing a lot of rabbits.
You got your orders, now get to work.
Hello, Chief. Yes, operator, what do you want? 20 cents more. You may not realize it, lady, but here go the profits on a boardwalk hotel, 4 railroads, and an entire public utility system.
20 cents more? Why, you spendthrift? Get to work.
In the first place,
this is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of.
I know. This isn't the Deluxe method of traveling to which you're accustomed, but my orders were to deliver you to Nero Wolfe safe and sound.
Well, why couldn't we have come on our own cars?
Because it's easier to protect a flock of sheep than 6 scattered ones.
Chief, that's a good name for us. And Wolfe is a good name for your employer.
We allow ourselves to be herded like this because Wolfe says we're in danger. Well, I don't believe it.
Neither do I.
All right.
Then what'd you come for, the buggy ride or the pleasure of my delightful company? Personally, I don't care whether you ride, jump, or fly. But if I'd allowed you to come in your own cars and one of you got bumped off, it would have placed me in a very embarrassing predicament. Now, any more questions?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. When are we going to get married?
Good evening, Mr. Wolfe. Good evening. It was nice of you to do this for my father. Good evening, Mr. Kimball. Good evening. Good evening, Miss Barstow.
Well, all present and accounted for.
Excellent. I can't tell you how pleased I am to see each one of you come safely through that door. I had a premonition that at least one of you might not get here alive.
Utterly fantastic.
And suppose I get an emergency call from one of my patients tonight.
You're only trying to frighten us.
I've only come here, Mr. Wolfe, to tell you I'm not going to stay.
If the rest of you had been through what we have this evening, you might not be so impatient with Mr. Wolfe. If there's any danger, I want to be with my father. That's why I'm here.
And I'm here because I'm here.
I'm sorry if I disturbed the everyday routine of your lives, but I thought it was necessary. If I were giving a party, I think I could have found more compatible guests. But Professor Barstow, Carlo, and the chauffeur have been murdered. And we've had conclusive evidence tonight in the 4th attempt that our murderer is not yet finished. His plan might have been to kill all of you. Now, all arrangements have been made. You will each be assigned a safe, comfortable room. Your meals will be provided. You'll be charged for them, of course, and for the room. And Archie will do whatever bellhopping is necessary.
What?
Archie will now show you to your rooms. Of course, if any of you wish to leave, I can't force you to stay. I am touched by your faith in me, and I guarantee you this, that as long as you stay under this roof, you'll be perfectly safe. Archie?
Right this way. All quiet on the western front. I just tucked the last one in bed. Now, where do I sleep?
I wouldn't forget you, Archie. Olaf will fix you a bed right here on the table. Olaf, take these things away.
What have I done to deserve this?
It's only for tonight. Because within 24 hours, this case will be finished. The murderer is in this house, and no murderer as egotistical as the man we are dealing with could possibly refuse to accept our challenge. Good night, Archie, and may sweet dreams divert you.
And this was to be my wedding night.
Someone calling you, Archie.
Where's this soap?
Sherlock Holmes at the sink. The mystery of the missing soap, or who ate the cake.
Don't rub it in. This is the last time we gotta wash dishes for that crowd. Wolfe said last night that he cracked this case in 24 hours.
If you were a nice, respectable furniture salesman, instead of playing dishwasher to a lot of cutthroats, you'd be home, sitting in a comfortable chair, smoking your pipe with your slippers on, at ease with the world. Which reminds me, when are we going to get married?
No kidding. 5 minutes after this case is over, I won't be a detective any longer. I'm gonna quit Wolfe.
Archie! Oh, gee.
Listen, you only know Archie Goodwin, the detective. You don't know Archie, the Romeo. Baby, when the moon is shining over Brooklyn and Coney Island is just around the corner, you and I will be walking hand in hand along that starlit way.
Archie, the coffee, please. Please, Archie, take the coffee upstairs. If it gets cold, Mr. Wolfe blows up the roof.
All right.
Tell me more, Archie, before I get cold.
It'll be springtime in Flatbush. And the rubber trees will be stretching themselves in front of our door.
Yeah.
And we'll have a flower box in front of every window with dahlias and geraniums. Maybe sunflowers. We may even grow poison ivy, but I'll tell you one thing, baby, there'll be no orchids.
Certainly a very fine dinner, Mr. Wolfe.
Oh, Archie, let me have another of those cigars.
Eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow we may
die. Go ahead and say it.
There's a young lady here, Mr. Wolfe.
Well, who is it, Olaf?
A young lady, Mr. Wolfe.
What is it, Marie?
A young lady. Marie.
Well, bring her in. You'll forgive me, but I must see this young lady. Come in, Marie. We'll go into the next room. I know my guests will excuse me.
Have you found out anything, Mr. Wolfe?
Now, my dear Marie, I don't know yet who killed your brother. But if you do exactly what I tell you, we'll know by 12 o'clock.
You know I'll do anything to help you, Mr. Wolfe.
I know you will. That's why I sent for you. Now, my plan is very simple.
Mr. Wolfe trains all his cooks himself. If you think Olaf can cook, you should see the meals we have here on the Cook's Day Off. They're terrific. Why, the chief can take a nickel's worth of bologna, a couple of onions, and a potato, and do things with them that'd make Astor at the Waldorf green with envy.
That's the only thing we need, Marie. You bring us that information and our case will be complete. Then all our guests will be able to go home. Wait. Archie, the telephone. I don't want you to be wasting any time. Hello? Is this the General Taxi Service? This is Nero Wolfe talking. I want you to send a car to my house right away and take a young lady to, what is the address?
828 West 17th Street.
828 West 17th Street. Yes. You leave her there, then go back and pick her up at 12 o'clock. All right, Charles. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And now, Marie, you go downstairs and have Olaf give you a cup of hot coffee while you're waiting for your car, huh? Well, you won't have to stay here much longer. That young lady is going to meet a man who worked with her brother. That man is going to give her a complete description of the person that hired Carlo to make the golf club that killed Professor Barstow.
Why didn't he give it to her over the telephone? Why does he have to see her to give it to her?
You know, I asked myself that very same question. It can be answered very simply. He wanted $500 and I just gave it to her. Now, there's nothing more to worry about. When Marie comes back, we'll find out who the murderer is. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go upstairs and work on another case.
The most beautiful one I've ever tackled. You see, I'm trying to develop a pure white orchid. If any of you are interested, come right up.
That was a very smart move, Chief. I could see what you were doing down there.
Then it must have been obvious.
Oh, only to a trained mind. You told him that story about Carlo's sister, figuring that whoever did the murder would make a beeline for the house, and you had the house watched.
No. Archie, our murderer is too smart to be caught in a trap so obvious that even you could see it. No, that isn't the trick at all.
Well, what are you going to do now, Chief?
I think I'll go downstairs and get something to eat. I'm hungry.
Hungry? Why, you just ate a whole turkey.
Yeah, but it was a small one. Fate cannot harm me. I have dined today.
6 times.
Did Archie tell you he was going into the furniture business?
And that's where he belonged.
Now, Chief, that's a fine way to talk, after I've given you the best years of my life. What makes you think I belong in the furniture business?
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you don't belong in the furniture business.
What's wrong with the furniture business? There's a great future in the furniture business in interior decorating. There are new ideas in it that people need. Take this place, for example. It's old-fashioned. It ought to be done over in modern style. Nowadays, the thing to be is simple.
Simple? Really, Archie, you have a great career ahead of you.
For you, Mr. Wolfe.
More orchid bulbs.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Wait. Listen. It's ticking. It's a bomb. Get some water.
Not yet, Archie. Let us be calm.
But it's a bomb. Douse it quick before it blows us up.
Let me handle this bomb. It was sent to me personally. Now sit down, all of you, please. I wonder who could have sent it.
The murderer. He wants to blow us up. While you're asking dizzy questions, it'll explode in your face.
No, Archie. Our murderer is far too clever to advertise his bomb with a loud tick, but he underestimates us. He thought we were going to put it in water right away. That's just what he wanted us to do. I wonder why.
I give up.
I know.
Smells like peaches.
Peaches.
Maisie, you're the best detective of us all. Of course it smells like peaches. There's a certain deadly chemical that does. Now, do you see what would have happened, Archie?
What time is the clock set for?
The clock has nothing to do with it. If we had been fooled by the loud ticking of the clock and plunged this package into this pan of water, the mixture of the water and the chemical would have formed a gas that would have killed us before we could have reached that door.
Oh, I know. That's the stuff they use for executions.
Exactly. Oh, look, give me that piece of string. Now, the thing to do is to tie this package up exactly as it was.
Where are you going with that stuff?
I'm going to my room. I'll see you at 12 o'clock. Don't let anybody disturb me. The seed of the orchid is microscopic. There are millions of them in a single seed pod. Now, we incubate the seed in bottles on a layer of agar. 8 to 18 months. Then we remove the sprout and place it in these little pots. It takes from 4 to 8 years to get a bloom from the single seed of an orchid. Now...
Pardon me, Mr. Wolfe. This package came before. I forgot to give it to you.
From the Southern Greenhouse. Did I order anything from the Southern Greenhouse, Archie?
Well, not since the 10th of last month.
Maybe they're sending me some complimentary bulbs. Well, that's nice of them. All right, Olaf.
But, Mr. Wolfe, the bulbs, they make a funny noise.
Noise?
Well, they go tick, 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 tick. Listen.
Look out, Mr. Wolfe, it's a bomb. You better get it in water right away. It's a time bomb. It's liable to go off any minute. Stay where you are, every one of you.
Archie, stand next to him and watch him. This isn't a bomb. None of us has an enemy crude enough to send a bomb that way when we could escape it by simply putting it in that water trough. What this young man suggests is the thing we ought not to do. I don't know what's in this package, but whatever it is, the person that sent it wants us to put it in the water. How did you know it was a bomb?
I heard it ticking.
Did you ever see that handwriting before?
All right, Mr. Wolfe. Give me that bomb. And don't anybody move. Mr. Wolfe,
You're a whole lot smarter than I thought. You're right about that package being deadly only when it's been put in water. You've been right all along. I never meant to kill Professor Barstow. I meant to kill the man who murdered my mother. I had to kill Carlo Marangola because he threatened me with exposure. And I didn't want to be exposed until I had killed my father. I'd have killed him the night he got back into town if it hadn't been for your interference, Mr. Goodwin. So an innocent man, a chauffeur, died in his place. Ever since I was a small boy, I've dreamed about this moment. I grew up for it. I used to laugh myself to sleep on the boat coming up from South America because I knew that in my bag was a Fer-de-Lance, the most loathsome snake in the world. And I thought it only fitting that that snake should kill you. But now you're going to die this way instead.
All right. Go get him, Archie.
But the gun?
Well, you don't suppose I'd leave a loaded gun on the table, do you? Come in, boys.
Archie, the bomb!
Yeah, the bomb, the chemicals, the gas, the bubbles.
The same alarm clock, 118 beer bottle caps and some settlers powder. Oh, by the way, I used up all I had. Give me some more tomorrow, huh?
Aspirin for me.
I'm sorry I had to make a goat out of you for a minute, but I had to divert attention.
That was all right. This is the first time I've smiled in 7.5 days.
There's one thing I don't understand, Chief. Manuel was with us the night the shot was fired at the Kimballs. Don't tell me he was with us on the terrace while he was shooting at himself from the garden at the same time.
Marie fired those shots.
Marie?
Yeah, following orders.
Nice work, making me a target. The bullet whizzed right past my ear.
Right past your ear, huh? Those bullets were blanks.
Hiya, Chief. I got great news for you.
Yeah, I know. You were married at 10:40 this morning at the little church around the corner.
I suppose you can tell the time on his face and the place on mine.
Bless you, my children. You know, there's an old-fashioned custom that must be adhered to.
Oh, Mr. Wolfe.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, Mr. Wolfe. What do you think of your ex-assistant? We're going out and pick out an apartment now, and we're going to Coney Island for a week on the honeymoon, and Archie's going to start his career as a furniture salesman.
Going to Coney Island on your honeymoon? Coney Island is no place to go on a honeymoon, excuse me. You're going to Paris. My wedding present, the bridal suite on the Ile de France, and you sail at midnight.
Europe? Do you really mean it, Mr. Wolfe?
There are the tickets.
Oh, gee, Chief, that's swell.
Oh, I'm going to kiss you again. This would be a great help to Archie when he starts selling furniture. He can talk about all those antiques he sees.
Oh, of course.
Sure. Can you imagine me on the Eiffel Tower?
Oh, marvelous. Oh, Archie, there's something I want you to do for me on the way over.
Yeah.
I just had a cable from London. A very wealthy gentleman on the last voyage over who occupied the cabin 68 on deck B is supposed to have committed suicide.
And you think he was murdered?
Now, you'll find all the details in this envelope. Now, he was traveling alone.
Is that so?
Now, I want you to talk to the steward and the purser. Everybody. Find out what he did every day, what he ate, what he drank, and who his friends were on board.
Anything else, Chief?
No, nothing else. Just cable me anything that looks unimportant to you.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.